I grew up in Edinburgh and really I was quite a weird kid. I was absolutely obsessed by stories, loved stories. My mother was dyslexic, we didn't have a lot of books in the house, and so the local library was really important to me, and our local library was Morningside Library. I think particularly in Scotland we have a very strong tradition of education being free and education being available and knowledge being something that people can share, and the libraries are really a huge symbol of that. I would say we have a very strong story culture, and we also have a culture, we're very close to oral stories in Scotland. You know, we have the tradition of oral Gaelic storytelling, and storytelling in Scots is much more vibrant. And we tell stories that way, we write that way as well. And so typically stories from Edinburgh have fantastic narrative drive and very strong narrative voice for that reason. And it's probably why we have so many world-class writers. The book I think that most typifies Edinburgh for me is The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie by Muriel Spark, and I have a whole load of myriad connections to it. First of all, my mother knew Muriel, so I have that kind of personal family connection, but also as an inspiration for me when I decided to create a 1950s female detective series in the Mirabelle Bevan mysteries. Mirabelle very much came from that tradition of the prime of Miss Jean Brodie, and actually it's the decade in which women changed. It's a decade, 50s, at the beginning of the 50s, women were very much more constrained, obviously, than they were by the time they got into the 60s. And that's the breakout that Muriel herself made as a woman as well as a writer. So a hugely inspirational book for me, and a very female book, which is quite rare. I think one of the most exciting things about writing fiction is that there's a very curious kind of dissonance. There's a pact between the writer and the reader, and that pact runs like this. If you are a writer, you know that you are writing fiction, and if you are the reader, you will pick up a book and you know that that book isn't true, that somebody has made it up, but God, you want to believe it. And so as you walk around Edinburgh, you will see in your mind, I'm sure, characters that you really believe are real, characters written by Sir Walter Scott or Robert Louis Stevenson. You will believe that Jekyll and Hyde are out there somewhere, and that's really exciting, and it's a pact that is across time. You know, all of these writers are dead, and yet they have readers today that really want to believe in their characters, and Edinburgh is a filter for that.